On this episode of Still Loading, number 1. Hey guys, it's Josh and welcome to the newest episode of Still Loading. Today I have my friend Andrew on here.
Hi, nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I hate you. But no.
You love me.
You Dickens, you. But today we're going to be starting out the first in a series that I'm going to call 40 for 40. Shamelessly not stealing from ESPN. But no. So I brought Andrew on here to be my first guest at what I'm calling the 40 for 40 series. Shamelessly stolen. Not stolen. Not really. I know ESPN has a 30 for 30, but this is, my gaming equivalent. So what I'm doing is, about a couple years ago, I bought a box of Nintendo games. They were complete in the box Nintendo games, and there was like 37 of them. So I found 3 more, and I'm doing a 40 for 40 series. Now, most of these games I have not played at all. So so what we're recording now is just a blind impression of it, essentially. Just, seconds after we finish playing it, we are coming on and we're recording our thoughts. So this could go for a little while, it could go for not at all. But just to start it off, so we're starting off with the first game, Abadox, which was developed, or at least published, by Milton Bradley. And that's about all I got on it. Actually, let's see. What else can I... Yeah, Milton Bradley. That's all it shows on the box, and that's about it. So I guess they developed and published it. So, anyway, Abadox. Basically, it is a shoot-'em-up bullet hell game that was released on the NES in, it looks like, 1989, if the trademark on the back is correct. I'm literally doing no research on these, by the way. It's just going in blind and based off the box and what I see here. So, alright, so what I'll probably end up doing is, talking about... Let's talk about the box and the manual. Let's talk about the artwork that we see on it. So, I don't know about you, Andrew, but what I see is a green guy shooting a slug.
Yeah, there's a lot of spandex going on.
I mean, it was the 80s. But, some of these, just based off what I'm seeing here, you have, this green flying saucer or something like that, and then there's blood coming off of the title of Abadox.
Yeah, it's very Tron graphics.
Yeah, that's a very good way to describe it. And it also looks like, I don't know why, it looks like there's a rocket buried into the bottom right side. You see that? It looks like it's getting shot in there. And what I really want to talk about is, how the fuck is this guy holding his gun? Because that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, he's got a handle on the side and this weird grip on the back.
I mean, now if you were a kid, not even necessarily in the 80s, because you grew up with the NES. I know you were born in 1990, right?
98. Oh, I'm sorry, 89.
98.
98, yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, you're 89 as well? Okay. Would you have bought a game with this type of box art?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, just look at the blood coming off the title, a giant slug monster. You got rockets, you got explosions. I mean, what more could you want?
I mean, I won't lie, the game pretty much delivers on all of that.
It does.
I mean, it's a little uncomfortable because you're literally flying through this thing's colon, it looks like.
Nothing but intestines and pulsing spores.
But I do actually like the title, the title art for it. The box art's a little weird looking, but at least it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on, sort of. Actually, yeah, because look, even at the guy's shoes, or the guy's feet, it looks like they're being propelled. So I guess it kind of shows it a little bit, what it's like. Because it's definitely a dude in a spacesuit. In the gameplay, is definitely a guy in a spacesuit trying to survive, flying through this guy's throat, stomach, colon.
The title gets it right when it calls it the Deadly Inner War. This is all inside of a giant slug.
So while we were playing, we looked up. I was reading the introduction for this, and here's the intro according to the manual. In the year 5012, a strange cytoplasmic creature is sighted in your galaxy. It's Parasitus, a deadly formless mass which feeds on all life forms and assumes the shapes of its swallowed prey.
I just want to say that's a very original name, Parasitus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you don't really. It's Milton Bradley. They made freaking Monopoly.
I was gonna say that's a board game company.
Yeah, no. Well, you know, in the when the NES came out, it was so popular. Every company jumped on the bandwagon.
True enough.
And on top of that, like even if you go before the NES, the ColecoVision, for example, have you ever heard of the ColecoVision? Mm-hmm. That was made by a leather company.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was a leather company that made it, and to this day, it's kind of an oddity, but like, why would a leather company decide like, all right, the video game market's my next best thing. I'm going to add this to my business portfolio.
I'm just reading through the back of this box cover here, and it's very stereotypical for its time. You're just some warrior trying to save a princess.
Did she get swallowed by
Parasitus? You are Second Lieutenant Nasal. Weird name.
Oh,
the
yeah.
only surviving warrior of the World Alive Force.
In the manual, it just says the lone survivor of the Force. I'm like, made George Lucas didn't sue them.
Yeah. Let's see. The Force has attacked ships, and Parasitus crushed them, consumed a hospital ship with the beautiful Princess Maria on board. Your mission: blast your way inside Parasitus' gruesome body and battle your way to its core. Hurry! Princess Maria may still be alive.
Well, we died a lot, so she didn't make it.
God, yeah, nobody's saving her.
She's way too far in there. Fight your way inside its deadly mouth. Travel down its throat through its nerve center, battling hordes of enemy antibodies and bacteria. Use lasers, guided missiles, and special orbiting shields to destroy them. Beware, the guardians that ward off all intruders. Bombard them with fierce firepower. You must succeed to save the universe and rescue Princess Maria. Prepare to blast off. Your mission begins. And the little menu, the little art that's in the menu for the introduction looks just like soccer balls with like green fire.
Yeah.
Surrounded by. So, oh my god, this is absurd. Literally, there's the next page on the how to play in the manual has an image for a vertical scorpion and a horizontal scorpion. Like, in case you can't tell the difference. But I think the scorpions are how you're supposed to get the bonuses. Okay, so here's all the ones that we didn't know we could get. You have the super speed up, which we got. Then you have the Tress beam, which is 3. They definitely want the French thing.
It's a spread gun.
Yep. Then you get the Star beam, which is the 5, which is a better spread gun. Oh, we didn't see this one. A Paradora gun, which is literally, it just shoots a circle. A big old donut.
Big old donut.
Then you get the laser gun, you get twin missiles, you get orbiting barrier shields, which you can have up to 4, which we saw all 4 with you for a little bit. High density power protector, you had that for a little bit. Wraps you in glowing armor that absorbs enemy damage. Require up to 3 layers of armor.
Oh, fancy.
So, alright, so yeah, the box, I mean, it sold it pretty well. Like,
sure.
I mean, I didn't really... would I have bought this as a kid? Yeah, you're probably right with the blood and the guns.
They had a pattern in that time. You know, you're the hero, save the princess, shoot the bad guys. This game definitely veered in a new direction, what with the internal pulsing slug monster. But it wasn't even unheard of, because even Contra did something like that.
Did you go inside? So I never played that far into Contra. I played Contra, just for clarification, so no one bitches at me. But I've never. But it's such a hard game, I barely get past like the second stage.
That's not even the only other game that did that, where you go inside of a giant alien, have to blast your way out.
So let's talk a little bit about the artwork. The gameplay and then the artwork. So the gameplay is pretty straightforward. It's a shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
You go through individual stages. You go through individual stages. The first stage, and I'm going to pretty much read right out of the manual here because honestly, it's a little hard to remember because it's all red. It's a lot of red. Apparently, if we had made it to stage 3, it would have been a little bit more blue. That would have been the nerve center. But stage 1, where you were on the, like, you could see space, that's his skin. That's the surface. So you have to, as they say, fly over the twisted gnarled surface of Parasitus. flight, snapping jaws, and cunning skills. Fight, not flight. Fight, snapping jaws, and cunning skulls.
There were a lot of biting things flying at us.
Those things were terrifying.
It was just a mouth with very razor-sharp teeth flying right at us.
I still think it's weird when you, get it, you make it inside of its mouth, and it's just, what I call the inside face. you beat this demon on the outside of its skin, and you keep on going, and you fight some more enemies, and you make it to a path. And it was I actually thought it was kind of cool because the teeth would jut out of the. I mean, what kind of animal has teeth that it can control like that? But whatever. You don't really apply logic to the Nintendo games. But you fly. You have to dodge all those, time your movements and stuff like that, and you make it through. And all of a sudden, there's a face. Right in there, and it shoots its own eyeballs at you.
It was like a pair of eyes in its esophagus. I don't understand the point of it, but it didn't exactly stop us.
Do you think that maybe it was one of the people they swallowed? It swallowed, and it just turned it into that because it is a formless mass. So I guess it could
parasites do.
It's just fucking weird.
It is.
It was really gross. So beware the hideous dog-like monster Bao. That's the first boss that you fought. The weird, he looks like...
Sorry, what's his name?
Bao, B-A-U.
B-A-U, okay.
Yeah. It kind of looks like a skeleton unicorn, sort of, I guess, who guards entrance to Parasitus' mouth. Destroy him and you're inside. Blast through, past the treacherous fangs and the tongue. Then venture boldly through the bone crunchers. If you thought Bao was a fearsome foe, the Guardian Death Face will be a real treat to defeat.
I see that here on the back of the box. Battle Death Face's floating eyeballs that follow your every move.
Death Face? Really? Really?
You get what you pay for. I mean, it is a face that causes death. Might as well call it Death Face.
That's absolutely fantastic. Death Face. I can't fucking believe. Okay. So then you make it to the throat. This is where we died. So you actually, what we thought was the end of stage 1, where you fought Bao, which we didn't know the name because we didn't. Like I said, we did no research on this. There was 2 bosses. It was Bao and then Death Face. I'm going to call you that from now on.
Death Face.
Death Face. But then you go into the throat, and that's where we kind of got stuck on when we were playing this.
We got stuck in the throat. Sorry.
Wow. Anyway. So here's how the manual describes it. Now you're in the throat. Weave your way carefully down this muscular canal. I don't like this.
This game is weirdly graphic in an organic fashion.
Battle single-cell organisms and pods of poisonous spores. Watch out for the hands of death.
The hands? Oh, yeah.
I just so these hands, they freak you out because you'll be flying, and all of a sudden this fleshy hand just shoots out from the wall and tries to grab you.
From the lining of the throat's walls, these hands come out.
I mean, that's how, don't you know, Andrew, that's how we swallow food too.
We
have a series of small hands in our throat that pushes the food down.
I might start calling my tongue Death Face. I just want to be Parasitus now.
I hope the next time you try to hit on a girl, that's what you call it. Like,
hey,
do you want to be Death Face?
Death Face.
Oh, God, it's horrible. She'd immediately slap you, and for those, obviously you can't see this, and just making a weird slurping motion with his tongue. It's disgusting.
Death Face wants to come out and play.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. Watch out for the hands of death, which are those creepy fleshy hands that pushes his food down, I guess. An unwary visitor is most welcome here. What? And whatever. Soon a circling guardian will try to entrap you. That's the first boss you beat. Will try to entrap you. Destroy and then blast into the risky business of the esophagus. Okay, so you made it through his throat, and now you're into his esophagus. So that's where we were. We made it past... It looks like... we'll keep on reading the little blurbs on their stages, but it looks like each level, or each stage, has 2 different... two different bosses.
Yeah.
Like a mid boss and an end boss. The end boss that we did not get to destroyed and then blasted into the risky channel of the esophagus. This narrow part of Parasitus's digestive tract is the realm of the lizards of doom.
They're geckos.
They're literally trying to sell you car insurance so forcefully. Surprise, the final guardian will greet you with a fanfare of deadly stars.
Yeah,
you made it to that. You did make it to
that. I fought him for all of 2 seconds before I ran into a wall and died.
Alright, so where we didn't get to was the deadly forest of blue nerves, which is stage 3. Actually, the artwork looks pretty cool. Take a look at that. It looks kind of like DNA strands coming down from the ceiling in like a light blue with a light blue color.
Yeah, it's like a series of braided cords. Strange fish-looking thing flying through it.
I mean, who knows what other weird fleshy villain people we would have had to fight.
I kind of wish we got there so we could have gotten on Parasitus's nerves.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It was good. It was good. Don't fight it.
I'm not asking you to file that one. That was actually but what you do end up fighting, dancing flowers wave about as they scan for intruders to kill. I'm doing horrible at reading today. Pass quickly through a twisted channel of frozen nerves and meet the great Shark Guardian head on. Defeat him and enter another fluid channel. This inner sanctum is inhabited by floating larvae and vicious hydrosa. I probably pronounced it horribly. Among others. Grab those weapons. You'll need them when you meet the final all-seeing guardian. Alright, so far we have fought a hideous dog-like monster named Gao, the interface called Guardian Deathface. Then you fought the Lizards of Doom in the throat and esophagus, but the boss in there, and the Lizards of Doom in the hands of death, and a circling guardian. They don't give it a name, they just call it the circling guardian. And then the final guardian of this level will greet you with a deadly fanfare of stars. Blah, 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 blah. Then you fight the Shark Guardian.
Why is there a shark in his nerves? I don't understand the correlation there.
I don't get it either. Stage 4, which, once again, we have not seen anything past Stage 2, but Stage 4, now plunged downward into Parasitus' stomach. Beware the cellular organisms that detach from the walls. That would have been terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, we would have panicked so hard.
This whole game is a little gross, to be perfectly honest.
I'm honestly surprised Nintendo approved this.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so... Remember in the throat, that sounds so gross. Remember stage 2, the throat level. The whole level's just constantly pulsing.
It is, yeah.
It is grossed in.
It's very cringy. Like, you're trying to concentrate on this clear bullet hell that you're in. The entire time, everything around you is just pulsing and throbbing. Like, it's red. It's very gross.
Was
it the word throbbing that got
you? Yeah. You're disgusting it.
That's me.
But no, it honestly amazes me. Oh wow, it's even weirder. It honestly amazes me that Nintendo would approve this, because it is they got away with a lot on this one. As I guess since there's not actually any blood coming out of the enemies. It's the environment itself is essentially just a little bloody. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
It's not even bloody, it's just red. It gives you the impression of blood without actually putting any blood in the game.
It just makes you very uncomfortable the whole time. All the enemies just feel honestly, to be fair, the design's pretty strong, because you're literally flying through this formless mass's body, and the enemies you fight look appropriate for that. They look kind of a little off-putting. They make you feel really uncomfortable trying to fight them. They're honestly something out of it kind of reminds me of H.R. Geiger's work from the Alien movies.
Yeah, I could see that.
They kind of I feel like it's something he would design.
Sure. They really picked a theme and stuck with it with this game.
And made it very uncomfortable theme.
Very.
So, Stage 4 was the stomach. Beware cellular organisms. that detach from the walls. They'll demolish any food, such as you, in case you didn't know.
Boy, they got us more than a few times.
Oh no. So the stomach crabs can crunch away. He's got crabs.
Oh, I didn't realize we're at that part of the organism.
No, we're in the stomach.
Sure.
That's what it says. Battle king crab as it guards the final digestive chamber. Here the dreaded Celia monster pummels anything that passes. Avoid its pulsating horns if you can.
Man, somebody's got to tell Parasitus that they've got a cream for that. Just clear those crabs right up.
Just like rub the cream inside of his stomach. Okay, Andrew, that'll work. Be careful. And then stage 5. Be careful as you maneuver through the intestinal channel. Armed insectoids will mobilize to attack you, along with many mechanical devices. Yeah, no, this looks like something out of a Mega Man game. It's literally like all computerized. It's really weird.
Wow, yeah.
And that's supposed to be in his intestines, right?
Yeah, intestinal channel.
You know, we're not really making it into the bloodstream at all with this, so the logic of this is we're literally going through his mouth and down his asshole.
Yeah, that's what it seems
I mean,
like.
we'll find out what state...
They're calling it the core, but...
Maybe that's supposed to be his heart? I don't know. Mechanical devices, destroy 3 powerful guardians, who cares? It's just you fight another guardian commander, nothing weird with this one.
It looks like a facility, like they really changed it up from
A lot.
the organic look.
Then... This literally, like, I've never seen a manual just go through every single stage and explain literally what you are going to be fighting.
Yeah, usually they let you find out. They just give
As
you
a surprise.
General synopsis of the game.
Stage 6 appears to be the final stage. Zoom down the tube of death, avoiding heat-seeking fireballs and other macabre organisms. They actually use the word macabre.
Classy.
I'm actually surprised, like, on a kid's game, like, not a lot of kids would... I wouldn't have known that word.
Is this a kid's game?
It's the Nintendo. It was designed for kids. They didn't really have adult games on the NES.
I guess. This might have been one of the few to branch into that, though.
Watch out for the hazardous energy bars with electrical charge. 5 guardians protect the door to the core, destroy them, and reach the last quarter. Every weapon counts here as your final battle... As you battle the final armies of Parasitus. And then the last section literally says, winning the game, enter the black inner chamber and destroy the core. Find Princess Maria and rescue her. And that's the game with it.
You know, the box says it devoured his whole planet. Shouldn't we be saving more than just the princess?
What are you talking about? I mean, it's Nintendo. You always save the
Fair
princess.
enough.
Because obviously no one else can save themselves.
Exactly.
Sexism in video games at its finest.
I suppose so.
What I do find kind of funny, though, on the back of this, read what you see on the back of that.
Let's see.
This is the back of the manual.
Gameplay questions called Milton Bradley.
Milton
Game
Bradley.
Counselors. Wow.
Milton Bradley had its own phone line for tips, like the Nintendo line that they had. Milton Bradley had their own as well. I wonder how much they charge you for that.
See, what gets me, though, is the fact that they have game counselors. Like, apparently this game was going to be so hard. Well, actually, I can totally see that.
Yeah, because we couldn't get past level 2.
Difficult game.
But I do think it's kind of funny. But no,
they got a hotline for it.
I wonder if it's still available because I can call it Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Wow, they even had the whatever, not the zip code. You know the area code. That's
yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because before everyone was mandatory, needed to have area codes in their phone numbers. I guess they had to include it for far long distance calls.
Yeah.
I honestly want to try calling this and see what happens.
I kind of do too.
Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. So maybe I'll try that tomorrow. Right before work. But anyway, so we kind of went through the manual, just kind of talked about all the different parts of the game. A lot of parts that we didn't see. What was your overall opinion of it? What did you think of for the short little bit that we played as a first impression?
It was a very classic, very stereotypical bullet hell game. You got your power-ups, you got things coming at you in patterns, but where the game really stands out is the theme of the game.
You notice it. You don't forget it.
Immediately, and it's very memorable.
It's for better or for worse. But, alright, I mean, I liked it overall, what I played of it. It was definitely difficult. I'm really bad at Nintendo games, but I actually really enjoyed playing this one.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how the rest of the series go. The next game you'll have to tune in for the next episode to find out what the next game on this 40 for 40 will be. But thank you, everyone, for listening in on this very first episode of 40 for 40. A lot of these are probably going to be shorter because since these games aren't really something that maybe some people have nostalgia for, but there's not really too much to talk about with them. Like we don't know the mechanics as well as like someone who's played last episode I spoke with Jamie about Castlevania, and that's a game everyone's played that people know a lot of the mechanics for. This one, there's not a lot. I mean, not a lot of people, at least that I've spoken to, know about this game. I'm sure there's a ton that maybe I just, because I have a bunch of friends who didn't really grow up with a Nintendo, but...
Yeah, I mean, I even grew up with a Nintendo. I really remember this game from an emulator I had as a child.
It was an emulator, not even on the console.
I didn't even play it on the console.
So, I mean, I'm curious to see what the next game will be, but overall, I'm actually pretty happy with this first episode. I liked how it turned out. I liked the game, and I would definitely, if you're looking for a fun bullet hell game, definitely give it a shot.
Strongly recommend it. It's very challenging.
It's difficult. It's definitely difficult. I mean, it'll make you a little uncomfortable with the artwork, but
Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend it if you're squeamish.
It's not that. I mean, it's NES graphics, so it doesn't really make you. It doesn't really make me queasy. It just makes you feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah,
just weird. Like why?
Why is everything would be so gross?
Why does it have to pulse? But all right, guys. Well,
Rob,
I hate you. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, Andrew.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
And I look forward to hopefully having you back for another one of these. So,
of course.
Until next time, guys. Oh. Always forget to do this. You can follow me on Twitter at Still Loading Pod, all one word, and also on Facebook at Still Loading Pod, all one word. So follow me on there, rate, subscribe, and review, and all that good stuff. I'm always looking for feedback, and plus it'll help maybe get the show out to get more listeners and see what they think. So thank you very much, and we will see you next time.